Shocking new details behind Malcolm-Jamal Warner's passing is coming out, including that his daughter was with him when this accident happened.
You won't believe what has just been revealed about Malcolm-Jamal Warner, a truth so raw, so unexpected, it left fans in absolute tears. The final moment, the emotion, the vulnerability. After years of staying silent, staying private, and keeping his pain away from the public eye, Malcolm-Jamal Warner's truth has come forward. And it's not just a story, it's a moment in time that stopped hearts, stirred memories, and reminded everyone why this man has remained one of the most respected, if not mysterious, figures in Hollywood. From his early fame as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, Malcolm grew up in front of America. Millions watched him evolve from a teenage boy into a thoughtful, introspective man. But beyond the camera, beyond the applause, was someone fighting to hold himself together. The final moment he shared, the moment that made grown men cry, and silenced gossip for good, wasn't planned, wasn't rehearsed, and wasn't for the spotlight. It came from somewhere real, somewhere deep, and what happened has changed everything. Stay with us through this emotional journey. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss this truth. What you're about to hear is not a performance, it's not a PR stunt. This is a man breaking down, being honest, and leaving behind something we'll never forget. It began quietly, as so many personal truths do. Malcolm had spent years staying off the radar, focusing on music, fatherhood, and private projects. He never chased headlines. He wasn't trying to be viral, and maybe that's why this moment, when it finally came, hit so hard. He was speaking at a small event in Los Angeles, honoring Black creatives in media. It wasn't televised. There were no major paparazzi. Just a few cameras, some peers, and a microphone. When Malcolm stepped on stage, the room fell into a respectful silence. They expected gratitude. They expected wisdom. What they got was something else entirely. Malcolm took a breath. And then he said, "I've spent most of my life pretending I wasn't hurting." The audience was still. Malcolm continued, his voice steady, but raw. "There are things you carry with you that the world never sees. When you grow up on television, when people feel like they know you, the pressure to always seem okay becomes unbearable. But I wasn't always okay." He talked about the cost of fame, how even as a young actor, he felt boxed in, not by roles, but by expectations. People loved Theo, he said, smiling slightly. But they didn't really know Malcolm. Then his voice cracked. "And somewhere along the way, I stopped trying to be known. I just tried to survive." He paused. The room was frozen. What came next would echo through social media, headlines, and fan hearts around the world. "There was a moment, years ago, when I thought about giving up. I don't mean quitting the business, I mean giving up entirely. I was that lost." Gasps, tears, silence. "I didn't, and I'm still here. But not because I was strong. Because someone you all know told me, you're more than what you've been through." He didn't say her name, but everyone knew. Regina King. That woman saved me. Not with a grand gesture. Just with her presence, her kindness, her understanding. Fans were stunned. For years, the public believed Malcolm had moved on easily from Regina, that he had walked away. But here he was confessing that not only had she helped him survive, but that he had carried the weight of their connection ever since. "We were two souls trying to love each other in a storm. And I failed her." Those 5 words left the room breathless. He failed her. Malcolm went on to describe the silence after their breakup. "Not a day goes by that I don't think about what I could have done differently, but pain teaches you, loss humbles you." He spoke about becoming a father, about how his child helped him find purpose again. "When I look at my daughter, I see a chance to be the man I wasn't back then." He described nights filled with regret, the therapy sessions, the music he wrote that he never released. "So much of my healing came through art no one ever heard. And maybe that's okay. Not everything needs to be public." But that night, he chose to be public. He ended his speech with a message that will stay with us forever. If you've ever felt like giving up, I see you. If you've ever broken someone's heart and lived with the guilt, I feel you. And if you're still trying to make peace with your past, you're not alone. The applause was thunderous. But more than that, it was healing. A room full of people, standing not just for a speech, but for a man brave enough to admit his mistakes, to open up about depression, to say sorry without needing to be praised for it. Clips of the speech spread like wildfire. Fans flooded comment sections with support, tears, and shared stories. He gave us the closure we didn't know we needed, one fan wrote. Another said, "That was the most real thing I've ever heard from a celebrity." What made this moment powerful wasn't that it was rehearsed. It wasn't polished. It wasn't perfect. It was honest. Malcolm has always been a private man. But now, fans understand that behind that privacy was pain. And that pain has now become purpose. In the days following his speech, Malcolm posted a quiet message on social media. No photo, just words. To everyone hurting in silence, your story matters. Keep going. It went viral, so what can we take from this? Maybe that healing doesn't have a script. Maybe that closure comes in unexpected moments. And maybe, just maybe, that sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is tell the truth. To Malcolm-Jamal Warner, thank you, for being vulnerable, for showing us the man behind the icon, and for reminding us that even in the final moments of silence, there can be a voice that saves someone else. If you were touched by Malcolm's story, drop a comment below. Share your thoughts, your story. Let's keep this conversation going. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the stories that matter most. This isn't just gossip. This is real life. This is healing, and this is what we need more of. More to come. Stay with us.